You've all heard of New Jersey, right? It's the butt of many jokes, from The Sopranos to the reality show Jersey Shore.
I'm going to Jersey Shore!
And if you've ever landed at Newark Airport, you may have seen and smelled the swamps of New Jersey. But jokes aside, Jersey has many great things going for it. Natural beauty, a great quality of life, and, historically, some great schools. This year, U.S. News & World Report ranked New Jersey the #1 state in America for education. That's for K through 12, based on factors such as preschool enrollment, high school graduation rates, and standardized test scores. But the real story, no matter how impressive its ranking, you need to look behind those numbers, because not everything is as great as it seems. Let's look at some headlines. Asbury Park students got diplomas under system designed to make failure nearly impossible. Quote, "This bitch needs to die." New Jersey school board race turns ugly. Candidate quits after group chat exposed. 2 different school districts, 2 different scandals. The one thing they have in common? Both are fueled by a radical left-wing agenda. Now, let's talk about the first headline. It is about bogus graduation rates in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Now, Asbury's claim to fame is being the hometown of Bruce Springsteen. Its claim to shame over the years has been its failing school district. At one time, only about half of Asbury Park school students graduated. Half. Now, think about that. You got a school full of kids, hundreds and hundreds of kids, and half of them don't ever make it. They don't graduate. 50%. 1 in every 2 students. But all of that miraculously changed almost overnight under former Superintendent Lamont Rapellet. Now, roughly, all of a sudden, 70 to 80% of students graduate. Now, that's a huge difference. District leaders touted a 35% jump in graduation rates. Do you have any idea how long it would take to jump 35% in graduation rates? How you would have to change curriculums, how much tutoring you would have to do, how much gap you would have to close in learning? A 35% jump in graduation rates? The village idiot would know that's not possible. So what did happen? Given the state of America's dismal education system, given that international comparison-wise, America is dropping like an anvil in ratings, we need to pay attention to this. The U.S. is ranked 28th in math, 6th in reading, 10th in science out of 81 countries and regions. So, hey, we want to know the secret to motivating this multi-grade student body. Wow! Did we unlock the secret here? According to an investigation by Asbury Park Press, the district did not find a supercharged way to get these students to close the information gap, to teach in some turbocharged way. The district just created a system that made it almost impossible for students to fail. It's called, quote, the 64 floor. So what the hell is that? Let me tell you what it is. It forbids teachers from giving a grade below 64. So we won't require students to perform better. We'll just make it impossible to fail. Teachers could not give any grades lower than 64. So a student comes in, puts their name on the paper, they get a 64. And guess what? 64 is passing. Even if a student received a 0 on a test or a project, to pass, they just need a 65 or higher for the year. So let me just break that down in case you're missing the point. because that's what they need. A point. A student can go to school all year long and earn an average of 1 point. That's all the student needs to pass. District leaders said the 64 floor was in the spirit of, wait for it, equity. Oh, there's that word. Let's get equity, which means we have a quality of outcome, not a quality of opportunity. We're going to give everybody outcome the same. Because according to the superintendent, grades can be used to weaponize. Quote, it's a power thing. Now, understand, equality provides everyone the same resources. So you take all the kids and put them in the same room, they get the same books, they get the same teachers, they get the same opportunities. While equity gives each person the specific resources they need to be successful, which means in order to succeed, if you need to lower the bar where all they have to do is get 1 point to succeed, then that's what you do. Have you really helped these kids? If they need 1 point to pass, and so they get a diploma, and you put them out in the world where they couldn't spell cat if you spotted them the C and the T, have you really helped them? Are they going to be able to get a job? Are they going to be able to compete with people that really had to earn their grades? You know, equality assumes everyone starts from the same place and needs the same things, while equity realizes that people have different circumstances. Recently, I did a real story where the system made the idiotic decision to eliminate the gifted and talented program because it wasn't fair to leave out some students that weren't as bright or motivated or didn't have the same background as the other students. So instead of lifting up the lesser performers, their decision was to slow down the brighter kids so the others didn't feel bad. Equity. It's just BS. With the 64 floor, the graduation rate reached 83% in 2018, but standardized tests showed the Asbury students were behind the mean scores for the rest of the state. So it's not below the stars. It's not below those that really knocked it out of the park. It's just below the average student. And here's the kicker. This superintendent that I was talking about got such high accolades, he went on to lead the state's Department of Education and now is president of Keene University in New Jersey, where he makes $675,000 a year, presumably because he's such a stellar educator. Now, let's look at a second story in New Jersey. In the well-to-do suburb of Marlboro, where the average home goes for $850,000, Danielle Belamo, a MAGA mom, sits on the school board. Social posts show that she's vocal about her conservative values. She's opposed to men using women's restrooms and changing clothes in front of the girls in those locker rooms. Now, she's also against the LGBTQ curriculum in the schools. Another controversy at school board meetings has been about showing second graders a video about genitals. Not surprisingly, there's a culture clash in Marlboro. Liberals on one side and Danielle on the other. Should be a healthy disagreement, a debate, right? Well, not really. It became disgusting. 5 men, including Board Vice President Chad Hyatt, created a group chat about Belamo labeled, quote, "This bitch needs to die," close quote. Now, how do we know this? Someone shot video of a school board candidate texting to the group. "Belamo must be cold. Her nips could cut glass right in, ... Now local cops are investigating. Look, come on. A, grow up. B, where did we go wrong here? In Asbury Park, you have educators singing each other's praises for making it impossible for students to fail. All they have to do is get 1 point. And in Marlboro, you have grown men attacking a conservative mom because she's standing in the way of their woke ideology. Now, far be it from me to diminish New Jersey's #1 school ranking, because I don't know what all's going on in all the other schools. They may be doing a great job of teaching the 3 R's and other things. I don't know. But numbers mean very little. It really cheapens the work that serious students are doing when educational leaders just go rogue, putting their woke ideology ahead of their students and trying to shut down anyone who sees things differently. And when students aren't given the chance to perform, when students don't get motivated to push themselves to truly succeed because the bar has been lowered so far, or in this case, grades have been raised so much that everyone gets a trophy? Come on. Our job is to prepare children for the next level of life. That's the job of the parent. That's the job of the educator. That is not doing our job. And that's not winning. You can say somebody passed. Passed what? They wrote their name on the paper? If you've got administrators putting their interest ahead of their students, manipulating the numbers so they can make themselves look good, so they can get a raise, they're failing their students. They're not doing their job. And whoever's paying them is not doing their job. And where will they be when these students fail in life because they didn't prepare them to be competitive? Where will they be? They'll be long gone. You won't be able to find them. Those students will be out there living in poverty, struggling, doing manual labor that is not giving them a living wage. And don't get me wrong, there is not one thing wrong with manual labor. The problem is, do they have enough opportunity to make ends meet in today's economy? Do they have enough education to build that manual labor career into something that really pays off? Do they know how to manage their money that they get from that hardworking manual labor job? Do they know how to get a roof over their family's head? Do they know what they need to know to survive? These educators, they'll be living with their big raise or bonus for doing such a great job. Instead of having a real mature debate, let's just ridicule and mock anybody who dares to question you. The big question is your child getting an actual education? Or are they being sacrificed so that some administrator can get a good job review, a good raise, come up with good statistics? Well, here's the deal, Mom, Dad. It's your job to know. It's your job to protect your child. And that's the real story in New Jersey, Oregon, Texas, Idaho, Ohio, everywhere. Parents, it's your job to protect your child and be sure they're prepared for the next level. And that is the real story. Wherever you're getting the real story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, when life gets hectic and stress starts stacking up, it's easy to overlook one of the body's most important minerals, magnesium. That's why I take Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers. It's a premium formula that combines 7 forms of bioavailable magnesium along with vitamin B6 and humic and fulvic acids to help optimize absorption. Magnesium Breakthrough supports relaxation, deeper sleep, stress resilience, and muscle recovery, and even helps maintain healthy heart and bone function, all from one simple supplement. It's all natural, free from synthetic additives, and made to support your body from head to toe. So get ready to unwind, rest better, and keep your energy balanced, and try Magnesium Breakthrough. Visit bioptimizers.com/Dr. Phil and use promo code Dr. Phil for 15% off and 25% off during Black Friday. Because when your body gets the right kind of magnesium, everything just works better.